And we begin tonight with breaking news. A massive fire breaks out in south central El Paso. The cloud of smoke seen miles away. The flames consuming a vacant apartment complex in south central around 7 p.m. tonight.
That fire quickly spreading, but it only impacted that specific apartment complex. More than 50 firefighters were called out to help that scene. We have learned that that fire has since been put out. No injuries have been reported at this time.
And first responders are still working in that area. That fire broke out at the Ruben Salazar apartment complex, which is on the corner of Cypress Avenue and Eucalyptus Street in south central El Paso.
That's where we find ABC7's Carrie Mannix, who is at the scene where emergency crews are still working at this hour. Carrie, tell us what it looks like out there.
Well, Sam, this is actually one of the largest scenes that I have ever seen, one of the largest responses to an emergency situation. I want to take a step to the side so that you can see those apartments and that response. The apartments you can see are vacant, as we mentioned. There are almost 300 vacant apartments here that were under construction. And if you look down, you can see that firefighters are actually still putting out some blaze. Even though the fire is under control, they are still monitoring the situation. And if you look all the way down there, that's actually where most of the damage is. Now, we can't get a great shot of it because of safety reasons, but on that other side, that is where one of those buildings collapsed, as we saw earlier. And we're going to keep you updated during this show on this situation, but I'm going to send it back to you, Sam and Rosemary, now in the studio.
All right, Carrie, thank you so much. Of course, we'll go in and check in with you a little bit later.
Now, the Ruben Salazar housing community was set to undergo major renovations very soon. Back in August, there was a groundbreaking ceremony to celebrate the future of that property. This property being operated by Housing Opportunity Management Enterprise, or HOME.
Now, our news partners at El Paso Inc. say almost $58.6 million construction loan was going into this project, as well as an additional grant by the city of El Paso. The complex had 286 units and had been vacant for more than 3 years. Construction was set to be done in about 2.5 years.
We received a statement from HOME after reaching out to them earlier this evening. We got this statement just minutes before we got on air for this newscast. This quote I want to point out to you, they said in part, quote, "Thank you to all the first responders who quickly responded and safely extinguished the blaze, saving the complex from more damage. We are committed to rebuilding the Salazar apartments for the community of El Paso," end quote. Again, that quote coming to us directly from HOME just a few minutes ago.